Hey guys, DK78 back here with more Persona 4 Golden. And we are trying to see the consequences Namatame may face. Or may not face.
Kidnapping is already a serious crime. And on top of that, I put all those lives in danger. I'm sorry.
The Midnight Channel and the other world? You can hardly be blamed for failing to understand them properly. We must apologize to you as well. Had we let our emotions blind us to the truth, we would have piled all the responsibility on you.
I guess from your point of view, people did stop dying once you started saving people. The more you did it, the more you really believed you were preventing their deaths.
I'm such a joke. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little tired.
What are you all crammed in here for?
My apologies. We'll be leaving now.
Wait. I beg you, please, find whoever's behind this. You children are the only ones who know about that world.
That's our plan. Says with a wink and a smile.
It's all clear now. He never committed any murders. It was another party who threw the first two victims into the TV.
That police officer must be very confused. You take another step toward the truth. You've reached rank 3.
Now get out of here! I told you, he's almost ready to be transported. We can't have anything else happen. Sheesh, I better not see you rascals here again.
Nanako-chan looks like she's in pain. She's fighting for dear life.
This was the last place we saw Teddy, right? He was so worried about her.
How can he flake out like this when we have to find the real killer?
The police consider the matter closed. We'll have to do all the investigation from here on out. Let's revisit Saki-san and Miss Yamano's incidents and see if we can turn up fresh details.
But it's been over 6 months. Wouldn't the trail be cold by now?
I know, but we can't give up. We're the only ones who understand what's really going on. And you never know. People might remember some things now because they've had so much time to think about it. Let's split up and talk to people all over town tomorrow. We'll meet up in the evening to discuss our findings.
I hope we can find out something about Teddy, too.
Tomorrow you'll be going out to talk to town. Tomorrow you'll be going out to talk to people in town. Will this finally help uncover the information that will lead you to find the true culprit? You decide to go home early today and get some rest. Alright. It's a good idea to save here as well, so I should do that just to make absolutely sure. Alright. Then we go to sleep and make it the next day. Today is the day the school was found. Today is the day the school was founded, so you have the day off from school. You need to investigate the town. You wonder if you are able to gather the information you need to catch the killer. What a coincidence. Alright, so the best first place to start is in the central shopping district. See if we can find anyone there. Can I help you? About those murders. What incident? That incident last spring? I still wonder what happened. It was a pretty big deal, wasn't it? I'd almost completely forgotten about that. Wow, it must be getting old, huh? Actually, I'm gonna go speak to a specific person first because it will go a little faster if I had the ability to ask both questions. This fog for sure is dark and creepy, isn't it? Oh, you have a question for me? About those murders. A little while ago, they said that a suspect has been caught. It was in the newspaper. It was that Namatame-san, right? I remember seeing him around from time to time. Oh, how horrible. It really does frighten me. I don't recall seeing other strange people, so I'm sure he's the culprit. Is it true that there were no other suspicious individuals? Perhaps you should ask someone else about this. This is a little misleading. You need to ask several people both questions in order for the this investigation segment to end. I know from having to do this a couple of times off screen. Anyways, this fog is sure dark and creepy, isn't it? Oh, you have a question for me. Recall anyone suspicious? Have I seen any other weird people aside from Damatami-san? Nope, I don't think so. Alright, so I'll have to go back and ask that other woman the same question, but let's talk to everyone else here too that I could do. The fog isn't clearing, and even though the year's almost over, it's deplorable. I'll be so cold on New Year's that I'll never be happy. What do you want about those murders? I can't remember something from that long ago. Okay. Recall anyone suspicious? There isn't anyone like that in this town. I even know you. You're that kid who's staying at Dojima-kun's house. Alright. This woman will just, not answer your questions, so let's talk to this guy. It's me. Do you recognize me? Why am I outside? When I'm at home, I just see more news about the murders. I thought I'd stay out and watch the sunset. Of course, I'm going to watch TV when I go home anyway. Even then, I can't see the sunset because of all this fog. I hate it. It's so depressing. Do you have a question? About those murders. Oh, come on, don't make me even more depressed. They said that on the news that the suspect has been caught. So that whole thing is over now, right? What else is there? Alright, and recall anyone suspicious. It's a small town. If there is anyone suspicious, there would be rumors going around all over. But at least I haven't heard any news or rumors like that, so I'd say there's no such person. Alright. I'm going back to the south. Wait, there wasn't anyone else, right? I need to double check and make sure. Hey, listen to this. Rosette came to smoke to me. This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. I asked her for her autograph and what type of guy she's into. Anyway, what do you want? I'm sure you can see how busy I am. How about those murders? Did they capture the suspect and put a lid on that case? Are you done asking questions? Good, now go away. I'm very busy talking to Rosette right now. No, I have another question for you. Recall anyone suspicious? No, I don't think I've seen any suspicious people, except for you, who's interrupting my conversation with Rosette. Rude! Okay. And back to that other girl I was just talking to over here. Recall anyone suspicious? A suspicious person? No, I can't think of anyone. Not from this town, anyway. Alright. How about you, lady? What is it? About those murders. What are you talking about? You explained about the incident involving Saki and Yamano, the female announcer. Did that all happen just last spring? Wow, it seems so long ago. Who's gonna remember something from that far back anyway? How about anybody suspicious? A strange person? Nah, I don't think I've seen any. I mean, this is a pretty small town, wouldn't you say? If I had, I'm pretty sure I'd remember. We might have to come back to you on this, actually, so let's go somewhere else. We are going to go next to the Samagoa floodplain and cover everybody there. You, sir, you're the one I need to talk to. The fog isn't clearing up, is it? Isn't it just a little strange? My wife is all business as usual, but I'm a little worried. By the way, do you need anything? About those murders. I'm sorry. All I remember is that something happened. I know it's pretty shocking, but what can I say? A lot of times passed. Alright, what about the suspicious part? Anyone suspicious? I've had a lot of people come to our store, but I can't say anyone was particularly suspicious. Alright? And none of the cats will talk to us. Oh, this guy. Do you need something? About the murders. Now that you mention it, the town was all of a buzz last spring. You remember that, don't you? Yeah, I do. How about anybody suspicious? Have I seen a strange person? I don't know. But out in the country, if there was anybody strange walking around, everyone would know about it right quick. That won't help us, kitty. Flop snooze. How about Striped Kitty says meep, and the other kitty says meep. That helped us a lot. Alright, now if we go into Juness, there's probably some people as well. I know there's one in particular. Can I help you about those murders? The incident last spring? I don't remember anything from that long ago. I'm going to be studying for college entrance exams next year, so I got no room for useless information like that. It doesn't look like you'll find any more information on the incidents last spring. Alright, what about recall anyone suspicious? A suspicious person? Oh, now that you mention it, my friend was saying she saw someone. I think she was just wandering around the shopping district, so why don't you ask her? Alright, so now we have to go back into town. That is your key. Go back to the shopping district and talk to the student that Yosuke is talking to. Recall anyone suspicious? Huh? Someone told you I saw a suspicious person? Oh, that. You remember Saki Kanishi, don't you? You know, she passed away a while ago. She told me how that Namatame person came to her one day and started spouting all this craziness. Something about the TV. I wonder what that was all about. His relation to Saki? Hey, I don't know what you're implying, but you've got it all wrong. Saki was a good girl. It's just that people misunderstood her. She must be referring to the time when Namatame tried to warn Saki. It seems that Namatame was making advances on Saki was a misunderstanding. It doesn't look like you'll find any more information on a suspicious person. You have gathered as much information as you could. You should report back to the group. I've done at least the bare minimum. You could have talked to more, but everyone would have been like either scared or something else would have happened. Chinese diner Aya. You met up with your friends after you finished gathering information.
I'm seriously pooped. This stuff's a lot harder when you don't have a badge to flash. I walked around all day and didn't hear anything good.
It was the same for me. There was absolutely no talk about the case whatsoever, let alone the true culprit.
Ditto for me. Actually, in my case, I kept getting bombarded with questions and couldn't get them onto the main subject at all. The killer must be pretty good to have pulled this off without being seen by anyone in this small town.
What should we do?
Well, it just proved the killer wasn't an outsider.
Well, one steak bowl, please.
That's not what I meant. But then again, I guess we might as well take a break. I'll have a crab and egg fried rice.
I'll have roast pork ramen with extra noodles.
You all finished eating the dishes that you ordered.
Oh, now that our tummies are full, let's share what we learned, even if it wasn't much.
You spoke with everybody about the information you gathered today.
So, to sum up, there really was no new information. The end?
The police had an unusually large number of officers in their initial investigation of the first two incidents. There wasn't a single report of suspicious persons being witnessed to begin with. Miss Yamano had ardent fans, whereas Saki-san didn't, but otherwise the conditions are the same.
You know, every time I tried to ask about the case, everyone ignored me and kept ranting about the damn fog.
Yeah, that or the Midnight Channel. I asked around about Teddy too, but no one's seen him. Gee, I wonder where he could have gone.
Do you have anything, Naoto? Any new, deductions?
Without any new data to work with, there isn't much I can do. But there must be someone in town who meets all the criteria for this case. The killer must have a connection to both Saki-san and Miss Yamano, as well as be in a position to observe our actions periodically to some extent. Finally, it must be someone who could approach Senpai's house without arousing suspicion. I need some fresh air before I give it more thought. I'll be outside.
Just sitting here won't help you think any better. You decided to go outside to get some fresh air.
It's snowing. No wonder it's chilly.
Ugh, it's freezing out here. Maybe this'll help clear my head and get my deductive muscles flexing. Hey, is it snowing? Too bad the fog's so thick. The snow just gets lost in it.
There must be something that's been overlooked. It's urgent that you get over the roadblock facing you. The clues you need must already be in your hands.
What's the matter?
You should go over everything you know one more time. The culprit had some sort of connection with both Mayumi Yamano and Saki Kanishi, and judging by the warning letters, the culprit most likely knows about the other side of what you did there. It's highly likely that they also knew that Namatame is doing and stood back to watch. Who would know all these things? Another oddity about the case is that there were almost no witnesses. Both warning letters seem to have been delivered directly to your house, but no one saw anyone suspicious. No one unusual was seen around Mayumi Yamano or Saki Kanishi either. Despite the police dispatching an unusually high number of officers to perform a thorough investigation, there must be someone in this small town who fits all the facts. The person who seems to be the most likely culprit is... Alright, now at this point in the game, if you choose someone wrong a couple of times, it will give you a normal ending. And this is your chance to also get a weirder ending called the accomplice ending, but I'll let the accomplice ending explain itself in the bonus video. We already know Namatame and Kubo can't be it. Our first amount of names are basically our party members, everyone that's been with us. No one with us has been backstabbing at all or suspicious. Naoto wasn't even part of the police group that was in the first two murders. And also, they're all high schoolers. It's kind of hard to sit back and watch as your own team does all the work. Then you come into Ryotaro Dojima and Nanako Dojima. They are a part of this very helpfully, but Nanako was just proven to be a victim, and Dojima... Adachi was also with Dojima, and they're both a part of the big police group. I don't understand why Dojima would exactly be delivering a note to our own house, his own house, and then arresting us to save us, and then let Nanako get kidnapped. That just is ridiculous as logic. Mayumi Yamano and Saki Kanishi couldn't have done it because they were victims. And same with Moroka. After when he died, he couldn't have kidnapped Naoto or Kubo. Mitsuo Kubo couldn't have done anything because he is the copycat killer, and there's no way that we could really prove that. There's no way that we could prove that he did anything because he was definitely only confessed to one crime. Mizuzu Haragi is the singer, and she already testified that she didn't do anything. This is our teacher. Of course, I don't think our teacher would have done anything at all. She could have got jealous if Moroka killed him, but we already proved that was Kubo. And I don't think she knows where we live at all. Hanako Otani, again, someone we know from school. I don't think she really knows where we are. And also, if you think about it, everyone that I said no to wasn't... Well, okay, the adult women and the high school men are probably capable, but Nanako is definitely not capable of throwing someone into the TV. You have to be able to at least throw Kanji into the TV, and Kanji's like 6 feet tall. So, You have to be able to pick up at least 150 pounds. Alright. Ayane. No, not her. Okay, so it's not any of those people. Hisono Kuroda. What the heck? Think once again. Alright. Since I passed all the names and showed you them all, the most likely candidate is Adachi. The reason I came to Adachi is because I had played Persona 5. I know that Akechi is one of the bad guys, and Akechi is similar named to Adachi. Atlas, what is your coincidence on naming these people these things? Why? But yes, Adachi seems the most likely candidate. He is the one who could have walked up to the Dojima's house really easily because he knew where we live. He came over to our house a couple of times. Even if you haven't done his socialing, everyone knew in town that we were the nephew of Dojima himself, who is a police officer. The warning letter sent to so that explains the warning letter sent to the protagonist's house. Adachi is obviously strong and tall enough to be able to throw people into the TV, and because everyone else doesn't really know what is going on, but he's the most key person into the situation of being a police officer, he would definitely fit the bill. Of course, if you look only at the circumstances, you can't completely rule out the possibility. Adachi may have been able to keep an eye on your actions. He would have been able to approach your house with ease, and he knows the area well. Thinking about it, you have encountered him many times while investigating the case. You learned much about the police's movements from Adachi as well. But there's no exact reason to doubt him, but something is bothering you. If you have done Adachi up to rank 6, like the game said, and the game gave you rank 7, then dialogue would come up. However, because it's referencing his social link. Should you tell your friends about your suspicions about Adachi being the culprit? We should tell our friends. You spoke Adachi's name.
Huh? What about him?
Detective Adachi. A member of the police force. That is an interesting approach. It would certainly explain the lack of witness reports. It's the same reason no one ever reported seeing Namatame's truck.
The only issue I have with this, and we're going to get into it later, is how the heck did the police not question where the heck Saki Konishi or Mayumi Yamano went?
This is a small town, so everyone must have known who he is. And since he's a detective, people definitely wouldn't have thought of him as being suspicious.
In fact, he could use his position to his advantage and hide critical information.
Huh. Well, if you think of it that way, I guess it's possible. But we're talking about Adachi here, right? I mean, really? Adachi? He's your textbook lousy detective. Are we really on the right track here?
Actually, regarding Detective Adachi, I'm not sure how to put it, but there's something that's been bothering me about him for some time now.
Yeah?
Perhaps it's just my imagination, so I shouldn't speak too...
Bless you.
It's cold. I think we've cooled down enough here. Let's go back in.
Adachi-san? That can't be. I mean, he said he came to escort Miss Yamano and...
Escort, huh? That makes him even more suspicious because he was the last one near her.
What? Was he at your inn when the announcer was staying there?
When Miss Yamano was staying at our inn, the media were swarming all over it. That's when Adachi-san arrived, saying he'd been assigned to guard her. He told our waitress that fame could be rough.
And no one questioned this at all.
Guard her? He didn't spend the night there?
Huh. I wonder if he knew Ms. Yamano.
I don't know about that, but I heard he did call out to a girl in my class. I found out this afternoon. But I thought, that's just how cops are. So I didn't think it had anything to do with the case.
Detective Adachi also questioned Saki-san, the one who found the announcer's body, on numerous occasions. I heard it was because there was so little information about the case at the time, but it's certainly unusual to question someone with as strong an alibi as hers multiple times.
Then you think he had something else on his mind?
And that something is what connects those two victims to Adachi-san? Come to think of it, we've been running into that guy a lot, in all sorts of places.
A lot at Junes especially.
And every time he'd tell us what the police were doing before saying, "Oops, I said too much," and clamming up. Was that all to throw us off the trail?
It would be no problem for him to drop that warning letter into your mailbox either. Not to mention the fact that he can destroy any evidence that might point to him.
Various peculiarities have begun to cast a shadow on Adachi.
Then, is it really Adachi-san?
We need to confirm this. We should go confront him.
This is still only a tentative theory. We should work to confirm it as soon as possible. This is Naoto Shirogane. Something has occurred to me about the case, and I'd like to get Detective Adachi's input on it. Huh? The transport? It's right now? Right, I see. Thank you.
What was that about a transport?
Detective Adachi is headed to the hospital to prepare for Namatame's relocation.
He did say he would do that. We might want to be careful on where he's relocating him, though.
We must head there at once.
Things are moving quickly now. You feel you're getting closer to the truth. Alright, we've reached level 4. Let's hurry.
Huh? What are you guys doing here? Hey, do you know where Dojima-san went? They told me he snuck out of his room again.
I assure you, we've made it clear to him several times that he needs to stay put, but he keeps going off on his own.
Jeez, with Namatame finally relocated, I was looking forward to going home.
What did you do to him?
So, he's been relocated. I've been wondering, you seem to be in a terrible hurry to get him out of this hospital.
I mean, we did kind of yell at him to get him out of the hospital because he's a criminal with the victim.
Huh? Oh, well, yeah. I mean, we can't leave him here with Dojima-san and Nanako-chan around. Didn't you guys think so too?
We did.
Hey, what are you doing here anyway? Nanako-chan's room is in the other wing. Don't you think you should leave before Dojima-san finds you? If he catches you, he'll start pestering you again.
No, we wanted to talk to you.
Adachi, where's Namatame? There's been a lot of noise today for some reason.
Dojima-san, what are you doing here? Namatame's already been relocated. I was looking for you so I could tell you that.
You did what? Who authorized that? There's still more I need to ask him about.
Give me a break, Dojima-san.
Those first 2 murders have been bothering me. His motives are shaky and his alibi is rock solid. We closed a lot of loopholes on the basis of his testimony. But that part's still nagging at me.
Is this more of your detective's intuition? He's already been relocated. It's no use hassling me about it. And you kids should really get home too. You're gonna get in the way of police business.
What's gotten into you today? It's odd to see you taking work so seriously.
Come on! I'm always giving 110% when it comes to the job.
No, you haven't.
You should get back to work too, Dojima-san. Your current assignment? Get better as soon as possible.
What are you all doing here?
We came to confirm something. with Adachi-san.
You should question Adachi. Alright. What is that about your interrogation with Miss Saki?
Why wouldn't I question her? She discovered the announcer's body. But she didn't know much about it, so I only talked with her once or twice.
Really? What about when Miss Yamano finished?
The time the announcer went missing? I can't say for sure offhand. It's not like I saw her or anything.
Really? Yukiko could say something about that.
That was months and months ago, too. My memory's kinda hazy that far back.
Really?
Was that all you wanted to ask? Well, I hope it helped.
There's still something you need to question Adachi about. What about the warning letters?
Warning letter?
The one that was delivered to his house. It's in police custody now, correct?
I don't really remember.
We should have sent it to forensics, huh?
Hey, what do you mean you don't remember? I gave it to you to take down to the crime lab for processing. You're telling me you forgot?
I'm sorry. Your accident was right after that, and what with one thing and another, it sort of slipped my mind.
If you're really giving 110%, you would have put that in the forensics lab if you weren't the killer.
Besides, that thing was just a prank, wasn't it? Jeez, what are you asking me all this for? For crying out loud, what's this all supposed to be about? Dojima-san, you really need to get back to your bed. That's why your wounds aren't healing. And you all need to go home right now. Do you have any idea what time it is? I'm going back. I need to get to the station and report in.
Just one more thing, please. We know for certain now that the first two murders weren't Namatame's doing. Someone else killed them. Adachi-san, do you have any idea who that might be?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
'Cause we think it might have been you.
What? That's ridiculous! We already know Namatame's the one who put them all in!
What did you just say?
Put them all in. What's this putting them in business? Do you know something about the method behind their murders? Don't tell me that all that talk about TVs and whatnot from before was...
I see. Now I finally understand. To tell the truth, Adachi-san, I've been fixated on something you once said. Before I didn't know why, only that it sounded a wrong note to me. Do you recall when I read Namatame's diary? At the scene of Dojima-san's accident. At the time, I said, even the victims who survived and were never released to the public are written here. And in response, your words were, wow, then that settles it. How, I wonder, would that settle anything? At the time, the police had no idea that there had been other attempted murders related to the case. You had no reason to say such a thing. After all, there are countless examples of people disappearing for a few days. Yet when I read the list of names, you raised no objection. Odd, that. What do you say to that, Detective Adachi?
I don't know. I said I'm busy!
Wait, you son of a bitch!
Better go after him.
Adachi! Ah, damn it!
You okay?
Adachi!
Oh dear. Namatame's hospital room. Adachi isn't here either.
What the? I swear he ran this way!
Damn it! Where the hell'd he go?
Did you find him? I contacted security. Nobody's seen Adachi and there's no record of anyone leaving this area. So he must be still in this ward somewhere.
He's still here? But we looked! We didn't find him anywhere!
I wonder if he pulled a Kubo.
That bastard.
Dojima-san? For heaven's sake, what are we going to do with you?
Sorry. I got carried away.
Do you even want to get better? If you keep this up, there could be lasting damages. Have you forgotten how much trouble it caused you last time?
You're right. Sorry. You've got to find Adachi. I need to square this away with him. Please.
I will, Uncle Dojima. That's a weird thing to say. I'm sorry. Well, no, he is.
He hasn't left this ward yet? I don't think he would. But could he have...
Yeah, I think so. If he's the killer, he can go through, right?
You mean he went in through here?
We searched every inch in the direction he ran off. There's nowhere to hide. I don't think we could have missed him.
He was cornered. It's highly probable that he escaped there. If he does indeed turn up on the other side, that should prove beyond a doubt that he is the true culprit.
Damn. So I guess we were right. What do we do now?
Well, if he went in, he shouldn't be able to get out that easily. We already know that it's kind of hard to get out. Let's go tomorrow.
I think it's too dangerous to go in from here.
Yeah, we have to use the one at Junes anyways.
We're not 100% positive he used this TV, and on top of that, we don't know where it might lead. Let's go in from Junes like always. It'll be fine. So long as we're ready for him, we'll crush that jerk in one strike.
The extremely suspicious Detective Adachi. You've taken another step closer to the truth. And the cat woke up of his nap. Aw, kitty kitty. He was napping in my lap. It was great. Such a warm fuzzball. You split up for today and you all went back home. Alright. I think I'll call it here for right now, and in the next video, we'll give the chase to Adachi. We'll see you guys then.